Hi YouTubers, it's your girl Kings and Curls, and I am here finally with my product list video. Tomorrow is my hairversary, and so I wanted to post my product list video, kind of like the staples that I'm kind of going into 2012 with. The tools that I use, the shampoos and conditioners that I love, the heat protectants that I use when I'm blow drying my hair, and I do plan on posting a blowout and hair straightening video, but I'm just graduated nursing school a week ago, and so I'm kind of focusing on studying for my board examinations and stuff like that. But as soon as that's out of the way, I will be posting a how-to video on how to blow out my hair and how to flat iron. And so for now, in honor of my hairversary, which is tomorrow, I gave myself a haircut and I promised I would post my product list video. And so I'm going to start with my shampoos and kind of progress over to my conditioners and stylers and tools and stuff. Now, the shampoo that I use, that I've always used as a natural, is my Suave Daily Clarifying Shampoo. And this is the family size, and I've had this bottle for so long, probably 8, maybe 9 months. And there's that much product gone. I wash my hair with this. I use probably I start off with a quarter size amount. I saturate my hair with water, and then I kind of just buff it onto the hair, and I focus rubbing the bulbs of my fingers here, not the nails, on my scalp. And then when I rinse and I go back in the second time, I go in with a dime size amount because it's a lot easier to get lather the second time. And again, I use the bulbs of my fingers to massage it into my scalp, and once I'm done, I rinse, and I follow up with my moisturizing shampoo to kind of seal back in the moisture that I just rinsed out of my hair while I was trying to clean off all of that product and dirt that build up in my hair from, just day-to-day activities. Now, the shampoo that I use to kind of put that moisture back in is my Illusense Moisture Benefit Shampoo. And it has a nice tangy citrusy kind of smell, and that's really one of the things that I love about it, in addition to the fact that it puts that moisture that the Suave took out back in. A quick tip, I also put oil on my hair beforehand, like my coconut oil. I rub it onto the sections that I made of my hair before I started washing, and so I would rub the coconut oil throughout my hair. Then I wash with my shampoos, and to me it helps to let my hair doesn't feel as dry when I'm done washing and conditioning compared to when I don't put it. It doesn't feel as fluffy, it doesn't have as much movement, it just doesn't feel like my hair normally does all the time. Now, once I'm done shampooing and conditioning with the Suave and the Illusense, it took me a long time to figure out what conditioner worked for me, but thankfully I finally figured out which one does, and it is the Joico Silk Results Smoothing Conditioner for thick or coarse hair. This is the liter size bottle. One of the things I love about it is that it comes with a handy dandy little pump, so that I can pump this out in my hands really easily and really saturate my hair with as much conditioner as I want. I don't skimp on conditioner when I put it into my hair. I apply a lot of conditioner to each section because I want to make sure that when I sit under the hair steamer, it's going to really penetrate each shaft. And I absolutely love my Joico conditioner. It makes my hair feel soft, it smells great, and it moisturizes my hair. It's a conditioner I will always use until my hair gets immune to it, and then I'll just have to find something else. But for right now, that is my #1 hair conditioner. I'll reach for it every single time. And you can get it if you want to try it. It's sold at Ulta. Now, when I'm done putting the conditioner into my hair, and I'll also do a how-to video on how I section my hair, put my conditioner on. This is a Youthful hair steamer. Can you read the name? I know the light might be a little bright, but it's the Youthful hair steamer. I absolutely love this thing. I loved it from the moment I bought it. Pretty much you use your conditioner after you wash your hair, and it kind of just sits on your head for the 35 minutes. You know, sometimes you might try putting a plastic cap on, wrapping your hair with a hot towel, and trying to get the conditioner to penetrate your shaft. The Youthful hair steamer allows your conditioner to penetrate your shaft so much deeper that when you're done, the slip that your hair has is insane. Okay, it's almost like your conditioner had kryptonite on it before, and the Youthful hair steamer just bursts the kryptonite away, and all of a sudden, it's like the power of 10 men, and it's attacking your hair shaft, and you have this amazing slip and moisture in your hair. It's out of control. But I love the Youthful hair steamer. It's a great purchase. It is an investment. It's not cheap, but it is the best hair investment because it really moisturizes your hair, and it makes it so much easier to detangle. Once I'm done, the Youthful steamer kind of dings at about 35 minutes or so, and so once I'm done under the hair steamer, I detangle with my Denman. I like detangling with my Denman once I'm done. I rinse out with ice cold water, and I like the way my hair feels. It has more of a swing, it has more of a shine, and so I rinse out with the ice water, and I let my hair dry till about 40% of the water is gone from my hair, from my sections. And I section my hair off with these little butterfly clips, and I apply my heat protectants. Now I use 2 heat protectants. One's a liquid, one's an oil. And I find that works better than just using, just the spray or just the oil. I use the Joico Silk Result Thermal Smoothner, and I spray this to each section of hair, and I then follow that up with my Silk Infusion, and this is a 12-ounce bottle, and I put in about a dime-size amount to each section, probably depending on how much slip or how my hair feels, I'll probably put a pea-size amount, but typically it's a dime-size amount to each section. And then I detangle again with my Denman, and I found that when I detangle with my Denman, when I blow dry my hair, it's a lot easier. And here's my handy dandy blow dryer. Now, normally there's a comb attachment on this end, but I like the Yellowbird. I love the comb attachment that comes with it. I like the way I can grip it. I find that I can, get my comb attachment to the back of my hair, to the sides of my hair, to the front of my hair, and, to the front. And it's so easy to comb. I always use the lowest heat setting, and sometimes I put cool on depending on how my hair feels, and on and off. So I always use the lowest heat setting. I find that, the Yellowbird, it does a really great job of flat ironing, blow drying your hair before you flat iron. I absolutely love my Yellowbird. I'm sorry, I'm getting a cold. But I absolutely love my Yellowbird. I have an ionic hair dryer. The only problem I have is that it's that rectangular shaped one, and I find that those kind of dry my ends out. I don't get that fluff and movement from my hair with those. For some reason, my hair just really likes the hair dryers that have a nozzle to them. Because I own the Yellowbird, but I also used the Pibbs Twin Turbo, I think it's the 3500 series or 32, one of those, to blow dry with my Denman at times, but that's not very often. I mostly use a Yellowbird with a comb attachment. Now, once I'm done blow drying my hair, I'm sorry. Once I'm done blow drying my hair, I, section my hair again, and I use this Denman here to comb my hair out before I, use my rat tail comb to chase. Now, I do, however, use my rat tail comb to section my hair, and I find that it gives me the easiest parts. It just glides through my hair a lot easier to make my parts for me. The flat iron quicker than when I use this one. I don't know. It just feels more comfortable, and it's a lot easier to make a part than when I use the orange one. This one just works better. So I use this to detangle my hair first, and it has, I don't know if you can see that, but there's 3 rows to it, and it's also a Denman. And I love using it because it detangles my hair pretty easily, and it makes my hair feel just more comfortable when I chase with the comb. Now, the flat iron that I use is a GHD. I absolutely love my GHD. It is a staple. I will always use it. I plan on purchasing a couple more, and I just love it. I love the color. This was a limited edition, but they make different colors, different patterns, different prints each. I don't know what they're going to have next summer, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be interesting. But the nice thing about GHD is, well, the company itself, the website, they're pretty user-friendly. Registering your product is pretty simple, and the thing with GHD is that a lot of people are making counterfeits, and so in order to verify your product, GHD has a website where you go in after you purchase and you type in the information, and they'll let you know whether it was purchased from a reputable dealer, or before you buy, if you are buying online, because the only retailer I know, I'm not sure if Ulta sells them, but Sephora is where I purchased mine, and they're an authorized dealer, but they have a little search box on their website where you type in the URL that you're using, or the HTTP that you're using for the website that you're going to purchase from, and they will tell you whether or not that particular website is authorized to sell their product, and that way you'll know for sure whether you're buying an authentic GHD or whether or not it's fake. So if you go to the GHD website, they have different emails they send you about sales and things like that. So I get like little frequent emails from them because, when I registered my product, it kind of, added them to my mailing list. So they send me emails all the time. But they make it pretty simple and safe for you to purchase their product. And it's really reliable, really well made. And I have type 4AB here, and it straightens my hair very, very straight. Now, if I didn't have my GHD handy, because there's another flat iron I like using, but it's not your typical flat iron in the sense that it doesn't plug into an outlet. For girls who like to use pressing combs, I know sometimes it can be a lot easier for you to use a pressing comb, but this uses a ceramic stove, and it is called the Feather Flat from Milston, and it is seriously thin, as you can see, and it's very light, and you simply hold it like this. That's how you open and close it. And you put it into the ceramic stove, and like you would with your pressing comb, you want to make sure you do the paper test, the white paper test, which is essentially making sure that the heat, the temperature it's at, is safe to put in your hair. You don't want to burn your hair off. And so what I normally do is once I take it out the stove, I kind of open it, let this heat out Then I put it on the paper towel and I test one side, I flip it over and I test the other, and then I open it and I test it again. And as long as both sides of the paper towel is still white, then I put it into my hair so I know it's safe. Now, once I'm done flat ironing and I'm done blow drying my hair, I like to style it sometimes, but I usually wrap my hair and I use, because my hair is so short still, I have bobby pins that I normally use when my hair was longer, but while I'm regrowing my hair, you know, when my hair was relaxed, I used to use bobby pins, but I'm growing my hair out naturally, so we're starting from ground zero. So what I use to give my hair more support than just using the bobby pins are these duck clips here. And you can get them from Sally's Beauty Supply store. And they're really good at holding your hair, you know, kind of putting that tension on the hair so that as you're wrapping your hair, it's going to hold it in place so that, you know, as you're going around in a circle, it doesn't fall back down. And then when you're done, you can just simply pull them out. So, I think I've done a pretty good job of messing my hair up a little. But, essentially, that's it. I love using these duck clips. I think they're great. And they give great hold to your hair. Now, one last thing. Well, actually two. This is a sheer gloss that I use once I'm done. It's from Joico, and it's a sheer gloss, and I use this to give my hair some swing and some movement when, you know, I'm wrapping it and stuff like that. And I pretty much use this as well, the Jane Carter Solution Wrap and Roll. Now, the reason why I use this is not just to slap it on my hair, but I use it in with these curl formers. I curled my hair for my graduation, and I was trying to figure out how to use these curl formers. I was like, okay, there's instructions on there. It shows you how to put the curl former onto the hook, and it shows you how to hook the hair so that you can put it in. But I was like, how do you hold your hair? I was like, I need something for styling, but I didn't want to use just any, you know, styling foam. So I went to Target, and I found this Jane Carter solution. And what you do is that you take a section of your hair, and you take the Jane Carter solution. I'm just going to clip my hair up here with a duck clip. But you take the Jane Carter solution and you rub it along your hair. And what I did, I took 2 pumps and I put it along my hair, and then I combed through it with the comb. And then I twisted the root of my hair, you know, to get it nice and tight. And then I took the curl former that I had already placed in the crochet hook, and I hooked it through like so. Then I slid it up, and I slid the hook through, and voila, it's on there. Now I sat under the dryer with a head full of curl formers for 15 minutes, and how you remove the curl former is you want to put one finger to kind of, you know, secure the bottom like this, and you want to hold it steady, and you take your hand, your dominant hand, and you pinch the top of the curl former and you slide it down. Now when I say pinch the top, I mean you want to squeeze it like that. And that's not my hair, but that's like pink curl former, in case you were wondering. But you pinch the top like that, and that way it doesn't snag your hair. And because it, you know, curls, naturally it curls right back. And it's really tight, you know, because it wants to hold that shape. Now you'll have a pretty curl at the end of that instead of, you know, just the hair sticking out straight like that. So that's why I needed a styling foam to kind of assist with that whole holding the curl, but I didn't want to use a foam that was going to leave my hair feeling dry or you know, kind of zap the moisture out of my hair. I definitely didn't want that. So the Jane Carter wrap and roll is a great tool to have if you plan on using your curl formers to style your hair, be it long or short. Another thing with the curl formers is I had initially bought 2 packs of curl formers, but I found that I had to go back to the store and get 2 more. Underestimated the thickness of my hair. So, if you have very thick hair, you know, get at least 4 packs. And if your hair isn't that thick, I'd say 3 packs would work. But you definitely want to have the right number of curl formers because you don't want to start and then you run out of curl formers. So, but it's a great styling tool and I will definitely be using it again. Well, my goal was to hit under 22 minutes and I did. And I'm pretty much finished with my product list. I hope you guys enjoyed my video and I'm sorry I kept touching my hair so much, but I'm just now getting used to having a bang, and if somebody can give me tips on how you keep a bang out of your eye, because it's kind of, you know, it's tickling. But I just wanted to post a video before my nappyversary, and you know, feel free to rate, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you want me to post my how-to video sooner. I'm just gonna give you sort of a close-up on the, you know, texture of my hair, how straight my hair is, and it is in layers, like I said before, and you know, I kind of like it like that in the layers, and my personality, it suits. Well, I am gonna go have some tea, spend some time with my husband and my family, because tomorrow is also my anniversary. So, enjoy the YouTube video. Feel free to rate, comment, and subscribe. And it's your girl, Kingston Girl, saying bye.